Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. My friends call me Miss DeWalt because I love DeWalt tools. They also know that I love junk. Hi kitty, and my kitty's gonna photobomb this video. This beautiful window behind me belonged to one of my neighbors. I pulled in the driveway and they just left it for me. So I knew I would find some use for it. Unfortunately, it has a couple windows that are broken, a couple glass panes, and it's held together with leading. I'm gonna fix it the best way I know how to. I'm sure there are tools. I'd need to solder that. I don't know how to do all of that. I'm not going to be using this as an actual window. I'm going to be putting it on a barn door, like a track. And so I just really want it to look like kids didn't throw rocks through it. So I'm going to repair it and show you how I'm going to do it. So first things first though, I think I need to clean it up, and that's going to be a time-lapse video. Okay, so I've got this somewhat cleaned. It's really scuzzy dirty. I'm gonna have to clean it a couple times, but I did get all the cobwebs and the spider eggs and just nastiness off of it. What I'm going to do is take out an example of each piece that I need to replicate. I need, as luck would have it, three must be my number today. I need 3 of the hexagons, I need 3 complete diamonds, and then I need 3 of the triangles. So what I'm going to do is make sure I protect my eyes. I want to protect my hands. Working with glass kind of makes me nervous. So what I'm going to do though is very carefully remove one of each. And then during the Christmas time, I bought frames and took them apart, and I chopped up the molding and I made Christmas trees from it. If you've not seen that video, check it out. It's on there. But I put the glass that came in the picture frames aside. And what I'm going to attempt to do is cut the replicas out of this and then replace those broken windows with those pieces. So here we go. I don't know how easily these are going to come out of here. This hexagon right here is kind of hanging by a thread. Well, I don't know, now that I'm doing this, if that's necessarily the best way. All right, I think I'm going to go to plan B. And plan B is to try to trace that. And I'm afraid if I pull this out of here, I'm just going to really damage this lead, which is already kind of stretched. And when I go to repair this, even though I hate to, I might actually have to clip some of this just to make it fit. It's just been twisted and stretched out of shape. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at it, that hexagon right there, I'm going to trace that. All right, let's hope this works. I initially, and I'm going to have to decide, the other side has really neat white chipped paint, probably lead. I don't have any little kids running around that might eat it. But I flipped it over, and once I cleaned up this, I really like this wood side, so I'm going to have to decide which one I want to keep exposed. Oops, did that shift while I was sitting here gabbing? Sure did. So that should be my hexagon right there. So now that I have a template, as with these projects go, sometimes you can work things out how you think you're going to do it in your head, and then you go to do it, and then what you thought you were going to do, you have to go to plan B. Oh, I guess I should have traced it where there wasn't a hole in my paper, but it won't matter. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I think I'm going to do this first one here. If I cut this out, it'll leave me, I can get a triangle there. All right, my first go, I'm going to use this piece. I have these 2 different sizes. So I'm going to line this up. Okay, here's what I'm going to attempt to do very carefully. I've got that lined up. What am I on? got that lined up. And I'm just going to very carefully trace. When you go to make your template, don't be an idiot like I am. Don't leave that part in there. Okay, so I bought this from Lowe's. It's a cobalt glass cutter. Never used one before in my life. All right. Oh my God, look how small. You gotta have good eyes to read these. Clean the glass surface and brush a little kerosene. I don't have kerosene. Okay, I'm going to hang on to this because it shows me how to change the blade. All right, I'm going to make sure that I wear eye protection and put on my gloves. I don't have kerosene on hand. If you're about to do this, make sure you go out and buy kerosene. If it doesn't work, I'll have to see if there's something that I can substitute. All right, how am I going to get this to where it's even? Very carefully line that up. Does that cut right there? Or is it over a little bit? Oh, check that out. Well, I hear it cutting, and it looks like you almost have to go over slightly from where your mark is. So I hope to heck this works. You do have to apply pressure, though. Ooh, I heard something break. Hope it's what I wanted. I got a hairline crack in my leftover part. Oh, well, I went off the rails there on this crazy train. All right, well, that was a practice. I probably should have practiced on a smaller piece, eh? They always show everyone on YouTube just slightly tapping it, and it breaks off so nicely. All right, I guess there's a learning curve with working with this stuff. I'll probably love it once I master it, but until now, this really makes me nervous. Mainly that I'm going to hurt myself, and I also don't want to wreck anything. Like, I don't want to waste, I only have so much glass. I don't want to waste this completely. All right, let's try that again. All right. Okay, there's my first one. It's okay. Let's see how far off I got. Kind of far off there on that corner, but I'm gonna hang on. Yeah, I swore actually. I might edit that out. I knew I went off track, but I'm gonna put it aside because maybe when I'm trying to put like some of these pieces in, it might be kind of a tight corner, so I'm gonna hang on to it. All right. I'm gonna keep going with that. I'm gonna do it because my hexagons are the biggest ones. I'm just gonna keep going with it. It's hard to do this in videotape because if I wasn't trying to show the camera, I probably would have turned this around. Whoop. But Scheiße. Okay. Now, gloves. And I'm wearing my eye protection. It's an absolute must. And these DeWalt gloves are starting to wear out a little bit, but they have like a nice rubber coating so that they're easy to grip on the glass. All right, so I'm gonna line that up, and I'm gonna overlap it just a little bit because when I cut it, this cutter isn't exactly right on the edge, so I need to allow a little bit of room. And that looks about right. You can hear it cutting. You kind of have to be careful when you get to the edge that you don't break the glass. Come on, Nelly. Lordy bee. I don't want to break this piece altogether. Ah. No. Ah. Look at that. Rats. Well, that one relatively easy. Now for this part. Ah! Don't do that, boys and girls. Ugh, this is... Ah, shoot. I got a hairline crack in that. I'm not messing with that anymore. Need a shot of vodka when I'm done with this. Not like I like shots of vodka, but today might be the day that I start. All right, well, that's why they have numbers on there. I wonder how fast these dull. That might be dull already. I'm on blade number 1, but it looks like you loosen it and you turn. I should have probably read that on the directions. When that gets dull, you turn it to 2, and then to 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a little Phillips screwdriver head there, and you, I guess, replace it. And I wonder if this is dull. I don't know if it's dull already, or if it's just because I don't have kerosene, or if it's because I've not applied enough pressure. I don't know. Ugh. This is agonizing. Ugh. This is really agonizing. Oh, all right. Well, I'm gonna try to clean up some of this. This is not fun so far. Well, I'm a newbie, so that's about as good as I'm gonna get it. I've already got, so now I have 1, 2, this one's a little off. I went out of the lines when I did it, but this one turned out better. So I guess as you do each one, it gets a little better, I hope. I keep waiting for this project to be fun, and it just hasn't gotten there yet. All right, so there's 2. And that won't work for anything. So I'm gonna get rid of these pieces that I broke that I can't use. Get this cleaned up before the cat decides she wants to walk across the table again. This might actually be easier if I follow the directions. So anybody watching this, you're supposed to have kerosene. I didn't know that ahead of time. This is not like I'm a professional and I'm doing this for a customer. I'm just simply trying to fill in these glass pieces so that it looks nice hanging on the wall. So I'm not going to stress too much over it. This is my first lesson with a glass cutter. All right. Whew. I would definitely recommend, oh, I got a corner. I don't think it's going to show though. Definitely recommend using something like this. This makes it a lot easier. If you use like pliers. All right, that one went pretty smoothly. This tiny chip off the corner, I'm not going to stress. Ah. Hey, can I help you? Look what she just did. She's never done this before. She just jumped on my back. All right, Kiki, I've already got enough going on here trying to get this cut. Can I help you? You want to see what I'm doing? Mommy just messed up this piece of glass and I don't really have any more. I love you too. I wonder if I can salvage this. No, I can't. What do you think? Look at this kitty cat. You're just gonna climb up there and sit there? Is that your plan? When you're trying to do a YouTube video and your cat decides she's going to be the star of the show. You're the best part of this video, because so far I'm doing nothing but breaking glass. All right, well, Mommy's got to go do something. What are you planning on doing, huh? Just hanging around? Give me a shop kitty? You think you're a parrot or something? 50th time's a charm. All right, let's try this for the, I don't even know what count I'm on. Ah. Well, this is not going well. I don't like this project. Man, if this doesn't do it, I'm putting plexiglass in here. Ah, you son of a bitch. I don't know that I can do this anymore. This has probably been my least favorite project I've done in a long time. I've done nothing but braids. This piece here, I cut 2 of them, and the third one is like next to impossible. So I might even go out and get plexiglass. I know I have plexiglass out in my garage. I got to move on from that though. I still have 1 left to cut. My glass is dwindling, my supply. So I am going to move on to the next part, which is hot gluing these pieces in place. And now that I see how brittle everything is and how much of a pain in the butt it is to work with it, I've decided that I'm going to have to cut some of these. It's just the way it's going to have to go because I cannot chance breaking these pieces that I did. So here we go. I'm going to hot glue them into place. I know this is not the correct way to do it. Oh well. I'm over it at this point. I just want this to look like it's not broken. And I don't think anyone's going to come in and inspect it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move on and try to glue in the pieces that I have cut. If not, I'm throwing the whole damn thing away. Well, I'm just going to start down here and work my way up. I'm definitely going to protect my eyes. This stuff is brittle, it's breaking everywhere. I've got glass all over my shop. I got a cat walking around down here. I don't know where she went. I just don't even know how I'm going to get that last piece that I need. Oh, that comes right off. Alright, so the marker comes off. That's the first thing that's going right. I feel like I need to say a prayer before I do this. Alright, first piece I'm going to attempt is this guy right here, which actually, now that I'm looking at it, isn't that terrible. Do this. I'm going to cut this joint right here. Not that I want to do it this way, but I see how frou-frou this stuff is, and I'm going to break these pieces if I don't do it any other way. Hopefully you can't tell when I'm done. Man, this is so nerve-wracking right now. This whole project has been awful. I will be glad when it's done. I hope the stuff I'm working with isn't toxic. Who knows what. Alright. I'm going to try to get the stuff out of the channels the best I can. Hopefully you can see. Do I have any squares left, or did I break them all? You're almost on my hot glue. Hi. Somebody wants some attention. All right, come on. Come on. This stuff's hot and it's probably toxic. How am I going to solve this? What do you think? Suddenly that broken one doesn't bother me as bad. All right, I have one window pane left to do right here. This one has a little bit of a crack in it. I think the most valuable lesson that I learned from this project is that I hate doing it. I never want to do it again. It's good from afar, but far from good. This lead, a lot of it, it just was so bent up and all of that I couldn't get it back in shape. And also the way you put it in, like it was next to impossible. So there's all kind of glue everywhere. It's actually so bad and clumpy. I'm gonna have to take like a utility knife and probably clean that up. And I'm considering getting some kind of, they make that, looks like stained glass windows. I may even like mix up some gray paint and try to paint over where I glued and try to pretty this up a little bit, because there's glass in here now, but it doesn't look very professional. It doesn't look very good. So one of the biggest takeaways though is to use a straight edge after you've made your cut, and you just have to kind of give it one big smack like that. I should have been doing that from the get-go. I might have even been holding this the wrong way. I think I was cutting this way, and I just cut it this just now using it that way, and I had much better luck. So I don't know if it matters which way you hold it. Might just be how like each individual applies pressure. But I'm going to attempt to do that last thing, and then I really think I ought to, I don't even know if I'm going to publish this video, but if I do, it's probably going to be called How Not to Do a Repair on a Stained Glass Window. It right now is pretty sloppy and not up to par with the work that I like to put out, but we'll see. Maybe there's a reason it looks sloppy. Maybe it'll look better if I do the stained glass on it, but anyway, this is actually going to be a two-parter because first I needed to put the glass in, and then I'm going to attach it and do a barn door. So actually there's going to be a second part of this video if I even air this as the first. So thank you for watching. This was definitely more painful for me. I'm sure I didn't even do this the right way, but thanks for watching and sticking with me. I was really pretty unhappy with how that hot glue looked. It was really globby, so I took a very sharp razor and I went through and just kind of trimmed all that up. It's looking much better, but it's still very, in the light you can tell where it is. So I'm going to take, I just mixed black and a little bit of white paint. Hi sweetheart, you're back again, huh? And what I'm going to do is paint this and let it dry overnight and then come back and scrape off. So hopefully this will camouflage everywhere that I went with my hot glue. Okay, so I let the paint dry overnight, and it doesn't look too terrible. This is just going to go on the wall. But what I want to do, it looks a little sloppy at the moment. What I want to do is just kind of clean up, either with actually I think water is going to be the best option with a toothpick. But I'm just going to kind of clean up where I painted and where I don't want the paint. And then I'll probably go back with a razor. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so while it is not I admit this is not the right way to do it. This is not a professional fix. This is for someone that doesn't want to pay someone else to do it, that just wants it for a decorative purpose, just wants to get glass in place of where it was broken. So this might be an alternative for somebody that just wants to do like a craft project, or maybe doesn't have it, like has one small thing broken and not as intricate as this pattern. So anyway, I hope you found this at least entertaining, and I hope that you come back. I hope you subscribe to my channel. Please like it, and until next time, thanks for watching. Well, hello.